Hello, everyone, and welcome to Ossu Otaku, your weekly anime podcast about a specific anime every season. This season, we are talking about My Hero Academia. In its 5th season, we're 20 episodes in. Joining me, as always, as per usual, is Cassidy. Cassidy, how are you?
I'm really great today, Jake. Thank you. And I would like to say I apologize. I'm not wearing. Usually, I either wear my Hero Academia T-shirt or the Bakugo sweatshirt that you gave me. So I kind of fumbled the ball on that one, but I'm happy to be here as always. And how are you doing?
I'm good. I think for like the last 3 or 4 episodes, I've actually been wearing the Jiro shirt that you gave me, so I decided
Very nice.
change it up, and I'm wearing my My Hero Academia Target Hello Kitty
Yep.
crossover shirt.
Yep. That's
Classic.
perfect. We love that shirt.
Oh, it's so good. Thank goodness it someone made it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And boy oh boy, do I appreciate this episode. So before we get into the nitty-gritty details, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't care for it as much as I cared for last week's episode. It's good,
hmm
but it didn't
I
do as
agree.
much for me. A lot of flashbacks again. What'd you think?
Yeah. Again, there were a lot of flashbacks, and this whole episode was kind of like half of a huge flashback to
Yeah.
what the villains were doing 2 months ago. So like that was not necessarily what I wanted, but it's good to be in the know of like, what's gonna happen, obviously, if there's gonna be some sort of meta liberation war on the way, then I think we ought to know what they stand for and everything the League of Villains is doing to, combat those people. So but I agree with you. This was not I like last week's episode better. Yeah, there was a lot in this episode, but not nearly as emotional as last week.
Exactly. And that's the thing is they really got me with
hmm
the fact that we've seen his face so much in the opening.
Right?
If you
I
watch it,
know.
uh,
If you watch it, yeah.
I
Good
watched it
point.
once and I've been skipping it ever since.
Yeah.
Shoot, what's it? Oh my gosh, I am sorry. I pulled up all these other characters. I didn't pull up
Mm.
his name.
His It's like Redestro or something.
Thank you. Yeah, Redestro.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy,
It's just
boy,
like some random. He doesn't have an actual name as far as we know.
yeah. What a nose. I get that that's supposed to be like one of his
Yeah.
like feet defining features, but boy oh
Yeah.
boy.
I know. I feel like his quirk has got to have something to do with how big his and pointy his nose.
Right? It's like, okay, what are
He
we
just
doing
stabs
here?
people with his nose.
That
That's his
was
quirk.
amazing. It's an interesting design, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we finally get to see those. We didn't really get to see anybody else from that group that's in the opening, but we finally got to see the big nose blind guy. So at
Yes.
least we can start putting some pieces together there. With 5 episodes left of the season.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like there's gonna be so much. There's so
I
much that's
know.
gonna have to happen.
I know. And it just are they gonna just call this like My Villain Academia from now on? Like that wasn't just a this episode thing. Like they
No.
changed the title card.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, they
that was
did.
awesome. They changed the aesthetic, they changed the color palette. Like that was so awesome.
What a good touch.
I love it so much. But yeah, this is like a whole arc. So I'm assuming they're gonna cut it off at like a really exciting point for the end of the season and then continue into season 6 with this like
Yeah.
My Villain Academia thing. So that's awesome. And I think that's awesome.
Oh
Great.
my god.
Can't wait.
It's so awesome. And like you know what? I make fun of his character all the time, but Spinner looked awesome in this episode. Like his design without his little like eye band thing that he wears,
Yeah.
he looked really
Okay.
cool.
But it was like so corny when he put it on,
Oh
like as
my
if that does
gosh.
anything. Like
Right?
what you think you're hiding your identity as a lizard man by putting on some like eye thing.
A lizard man with purple hair. You don't like
Yeah,
think you stand out at all? I
I
don't know.
know.
But oh man, such a cool design. I was happy to see it. It was
Yeah.
a nice change of pace compared to what we usually see from him, which is who knows what. We haven't really seen him in action.
Not much. We don't get much from Spinner, so
Gosh, he's
it was
just
pretty cool to see him in new little design for a second.
yeah, exactly. An interesting thing about Spinner is he like loves Stain, the hero killer Stain,
Mm-hmm.
which is funny because Toga does as well. That's like
Yeah.
the fact that those two idolized him, and that's what brought
Mm-hmm.
them to like everybody else, like Dabi and
Yeah.
Shigaraki.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, there's
Yeah.
okay. So
And he
go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say he brought it up to her. He's like, you like Stain, right? He's not here anymore, so why are you here? He's like getting annoyed with her.
Right. Oh man, the way she talks about Midoriya and Ochako though.
Okay.
Ooh.
Toga has a lot of love to give. I don't think it's a good thing, but she has a lot of love for our main characters.
It makes me so uncomfortable.
I know, but Shigaraki said that, he wasn't gonna take them away if those are the people that she loves. So
Which is crazy to think about.
I know.
Literally one for all.
I
It's like,
know.
oh my gosh. There was so
I'm
much in this episode.
I know. I'm so surprised that he is even gracious enough to be like, "Oh, I won't kill them," or like, "I won't hurt them because you like them, Toga." It's like you're like the main villain. You shouldn't care for anybody. Like,
Exactly.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and like speaking of not caring for anybody, we now understand the hands on his costume.
Okay.
Woo!
There was a lot with that. There was a
Woo!
lot with that flashback.
Okay.
Yeah,
Should
there's
we
a lot.
should we start from the top with this
Okay.
doctor guy? All right.
Right.
So
Dr. Robotnik, literally.
straight up though, that stash, come on.
Yeah.
But
His
yeah,
glasses are pretty sick, I have to say.
they are. They're rad. They look so cool. And he is
Yeah,
just an absolute madman.
he really is. Mad scientist type beat.
Oh my gosh. Love it. Absolutely love seeing it. But
Yeah,
so we start the episode with where we like finished the last episode basically.
yeah. Kind of
So,
like going back in time.
yeah. It's absolutely wild. Um Sorry, I'm just so distracted. I was looking at his page and I was just like so
I know.
focused. So yeah.
I was scrolling back through the episode, like they they are still, yeah, at the very beginning of the episode, he's the doctor's like pumping in whatever, some quirk. I'm assuming it's like some power up like type quirk. Like he's gonna be extra good after this.
Yeah, like even stronger.
Yeah. So that is present day, right? So
Mhm.
he's getting this new power or whatever from the doctor because the doctor has decided to work with them, the League of Villains. And so I'm assuming they obviously win against this Metal Liberation Army, the pointy nose guy, and
Yeah.
they win the affection of, not the affection, but like Gigamon whatever.
Machia,
Makia. Yeah.
Giganto Machia, maybe Machia.
Yes.
Dude,
Makia. Yeah.
insane, so big.
Yeah, so the fact that he like is working with the doctor, obviously we know the outcome of this fight, so not great planning, I would say, but I assume that they win over Gigantomachia and in the next episode, I'm assuming, unless they really drag this battle out,
Oh my gosh, I feel
which I
like
hope they don't. But
honestly, they just need to do like a good episode that's just a solid battle. Because
yeah,
we haven't had that much action this season. Let's be honest. We've obviously the tournament arc was a lot of action, but post
right.
it's just been a lot of build up, which is cool.
Yeah.
But boy,
Yeah.
I love the idea. I'll get to it, I guess, when we get to it in the episode. But the fact that he relentlessly is going after.
Okay. Yeah. We
Oh my,
have to talk about that.
it's insane. It's so cool.
So Shigaraki is fighting the giant guy for 48 hours and 44 minutes and
Very
then
specific.
3 hours of sleep and then fights him for 2 days straight again. Is that what I'm supposed to believe?
Yeah, basically, right? It's just like, oh no, he's been fighting him nonstop. We're taking shifts sleeping, but he's just going. It's like, is he
Yeah,
though?
so do the other League of Villains, like, they don't help him? Like, it's just Shigaraki against Gigantomachia?
Like, it seemed like at the beginning when Dabi went after him that they were going to work as a
Yeah.
team, but when that didn't
Mhm.
happen, now it's just Shigaraki. It's like, what?
Yeah. But he seems to be, like, happy about, he's, like, gaining on Gigantomachia or whatever, so he, is, like, smiling. Like, I don't know.
Didn't they refer to him as Makia in the
Machia, yeah, we'll just call him
Yeah. Yeah, he's relentless. The thing is, like, what about Twice? Like, what? What's Twice
that.
doing? Straight up overwhelm him.
I know. Nobody is helping. I feel like it would be a lot easier to defeat Akia if other people helped Shigaraki, but lo and behold, I guess the only person to benefit, like, physically is Shigaraki. Like, he's getting this quirk from the doctor or whatever's happening in the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know, you'd think they work together.
Right?
You'd think,
but oh man, if they can sorry, I'm just gonna keep getting hyped up for the next episode because that's when everything's gonna hit. But we gotta build to it. We gotta get there. It's the Mr. Incredible meme. We get there when we get there.
We get there when we get there.
So, okay. So they got money, right? Like the doctor gave them money to
like a stipend, yeah.
Yeah, and what's Toganushi buys it is cute. A very cute jacket.
Yes, it is
like
cute.
A parka.
They kind of made it sound like that was the only thing they were able to buy with that money.
Yeah.
So Toga got a new jacket, and that's about it.
Gosh, and she's like, I don't fight as well when I'm cold. Like,
fair though.
Yeah.
And it's winter, so
exactly.
I would do the same thing.
And Maki is just running around shirtless in like little shorty shorts. It's wild.
I'm sure his body temperature regulation runs him pretty warm most of the time.
Yeah, a little bit.
He kind of looks like the hardening quirk that Kirishima has. Yes. He looks like he's just like rock hard all the time, like his whole body.
Oh my god. Absolutely ridiculous. Totally overpowered villain, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I mean, I was kind of wondering when they were describing him early on in this episode, like they were saying that he can take on multiple quirks without any mutation or something, and that he's already like very strong.
That's crazy.
This just like how he was born? Like they didn't do anything to him? Like this is how he is. His like he was born just as like I don't know how that would be possible, but
right. I think that he's just super strong, and they added some quirks to him. Like I assume we'll see them in the next episode, but
yeah,
hopefully.
Because they also said that when he fights or after he fights or something, he gets bigger, like in size. I guess I don't know, but yeah, he's a monster for sure.
Absolutely, and like of course he was All For One's bodyguard. Dear God.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Of course.
I guess, sorry, we've been talking about all of this without even talking about the doctor, right? So the doctor, long story short, it's a little corny, dumb dialogue, right? Well, they're talking about what they want to do, like why they want his help, all this stuff. But he has that little Nomu that's like the size of a small dog. That's the
Johnny.
Johnny.
Yep.
And that's how he teleports him. Oh my gosh, it's so strange.
I know.
So gross too.
Yeah, it's so gross. It's like a little pet. It's like just terrible. Yeah, I don't even want to think what came to make that little Johnny thing.
Right.
But yeah, that was crazy. Is that I'm assuming that's not how they did it before, but the doctor kind of just like made this vessel to transport them, I guess.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's so weird. And he was talking about all the better Nomus, like all those Nomus in there are supposed to be even stronger, which is
they're
terrifying.
Super Nomus, he called them, I guess. So
yikes.
They're like extra powerful, like I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, to think the League of Villains part of the army, if they, end up joining forces with like the Meta Liberation Army, will be comprised of like these supernomus and these villains who are getting like leveled up by this doctor. Like
Yeah.
the heroes have their work cut out for them, and oh my god, we still have yet to get there.
Yeah. We'll get to the numbers of the Metal Liberation
Yeah.
Army soon, but then we get arguably the most disturbing of flashbacks in the
hmm
series so far, where we see little, oh my gosh, just see little Shigaraki, like cute little kid, right?
Yeah.
Apparently killed his whole family on accident with his quirk. And why'd they have to show the corgi? Why'd they do that to
I
me?
know. That was the first one on screen. That was the first and only thing I noticed in that like sequence of fragments. I was like, so we killed this fucking dog.
He killed the corgi.
That was so sad, and it's I can see why Shigaraki went like kind of fucking crazy because that surely will take its toll on a person, killing your entire family when your quirk shows up.
Gosh, yeah. And then, oh man, All For One hugs him and doesn't get.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So we've seen that flashback before of how All for One kind of like took
Took him in.
Shigaraki in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had a different name. So I mean, it makes sense why he'd change his name and like leave his past behind and change his identity or whatever.
Yeah.
But then yeah, we got to look further into how he was like staying with All for One and how he like trained him. I guess he like brought him up as his own, but obviously for a reason, not out of like love or anything.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, he brought in the remains of his family in the form of the hands that he now wears. I guess
Yes.
I was kind of wondering. I was a little confused on that
Right.
because those clearly the remains aren't just his family's hands, and they don't all look like gray adult male hands. So
Yeah.
I assumed it was like his family. He like took. I don't know how, but All for One like got. I have a feeling that it's actually his family in there.
Mm-hmm.
So my theory would be that he like has the ashes of the remains of his family when he disintegrated them and just like put them in these hands that he can wear,
Oh, so weird.
which is like so disturbing and so weird to think he wears his family all the time.
Yes. Sorry, we were just talking about, oh, all of his family and everything like that. And it's important to remember that his grandma was someone with One For All.
Ah, oh my god, that's a good point. I completely forgot about that.
Right?
Oh, holy
Insane.
shit. Oh god, it's all coming full circle. Okay, okay. So it does make sense why All for One would just kind of like take Shigaraki in and like it wasn't just some random okay. In my head it was kind of just some random thing.
Right?
But it makes a lot more sense now why All for One took him in. Okay, cool.
Crazy.
That is pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh. It just feels like All For One is always a step ahead of everybody. Like,
Yeah.
no matter what they try to plan.
Yeah. He seems to be like he's like foresight into just like the how the world will evolve, I guess. I don't know because if more villains on the rise and they all kind of are looking for a leader, there's all these little organizations that All for One seems to have a hand in somehow. So like it's very very interesting how he's controlling the situation. There. Uh
All right, I hear you. You're good.
oh. Okay.
You cut out for a second there, but you're fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
I couldn't hear you either, so.
no, I was just listening. I was just listening to you talk because yeah, like oh my gosh, he's playing 4D chess while the rest of us are playing 2D chess. Like not even
Right.
3. He's just
Yeah.
he's thinking
We're playing checkers, bro.
Yeah, straight up. We're playing checkers. He's playing 4D chess. Him and this doctor are working together, have been for years. He like
Yeah.
even sorry, I want to get his name right. Garaki even made the comment. He's like, "Oh yeah, like All For One knew this was gonna happen, so we planned for it this way." And I'm like, "What? This is
Yeah,
crazy."
yeah. He's definitely one step ahead at multiple at which doesn't pose, but they're training hard, and hopefully we'll get to see them soon in an upcoming episode.
Gosh, right? Please.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Ooh, but I'm also very nervous because of how well things seem to be growing for the villains.
Oh my gosh, everything seems to be coming together for him. Honestly,
Yeah, it's really like insane how many.
it's absolutely ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
we're oh my god. Sorry, we've already talked about them fighting Machi for
Hmm.
hours on end, so we won't go into that again. But yeah, he
Yeah.
hunts him down. One thing I really appreciated about this was they really showed how like weathered and torn people's clothes were from fighting him so
Everyone.
much.
Yeah, everyone was like, because they just been in that forest area, I guess, in the middle of nowhere, Japan,
Mm-hmm.
for those like 2 months, pretty much, which is insane.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's
They're-
important to point out that Sako slash Mr. Compress lost his arm.
Mhm.
It's I
Yeah.
totally forgot that he. That's on me. Just like, oh yeah, he had
Yeah.
that arm blown off.
Yep. I remembered it too in this episode when I saw it didn't have an arm where
Right,
his arm was supposed to be. I
right.
forgot to.
You got that little robot. I'm like, oh yeah, little mechanical arm.
Yeah, he's got that auto mail, you know?
Exactly. Okay, but this is right then is when we get the phone call from the Meta Liberation Army where we start to find
Yep.
out everything that they have planned, which we kind of knew. So, okay, here's the thing though. Hawks has been
Mhm.
interacting with them as well. So,
Right, right.
Hawks is playing, well, he's playing like 40 chess as well because he's out there
Yeah,
with
he is.
working for like the heroes and double crossing the League of Villains and double crossing the Meta Liberation Movement.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Like, yeah, he is like a prodigy. He's a fucking savant when it comes to this shit. Like, he's one of the youngest professional heroes. He's like number two,
Yup.
and he's triple crossing all these organizations. And man, I have a hard time believing I don't know, man. Hawks is just like in way too deep for me to
He's
even be able. Like, would have no idea how to conduct myself in any of those situations.
right. And he's just like casually going about it. Like in the last episode when he was talking to Twice and he's like, oh, I'm getting
Yep.
some coffee. Just
Uh-huh.
like,
He's so nonchalant about everything. Like, he takes phone calls from the hero department while he's with the League of Villains, and then he goes to the Meta Liberation Army and he tells them stuff. It's like, how do you keep your loyalty straight like that? I don't,
how do you
just
keep.
in your own head.
Yes, he's keeping everything all like organized and stuff. Like, it's ridiculous.
And sending like secret messages to certain people, like when he gave out the Meta Liberation Army books
Oh my
to
god.
Endeavor and the students, like that's insane. And he goes through all this work and stuff. It's just crazy.
Okay, I want
Yeah.
to talk about those books a little bit because they talk about that.
Yep.
He's like, oh, you can hand out your books. That's fine. He's like, what do you think is pushing the movement? And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He's playing ahead too. He's trying to work on his end game. Oh
Yeah.
my
They're
gosh.
they're just trying to grow their numbers and dominate, apparently change the way that society runs just so they can use their quirks, I guess.
To the full ability.
Like
Absolutely
free
terrible.
range. Yep.
Gosh, that's wild. And they have
Oh,
a satellite. Like, okay,
yeah,
so
right?
who are they in tight with? Like, what is happening? There's so much.
Yeah, there really is a lot. Uh, FGI is what the satellite says. So I don't know
Yeah.
if that means, it obviously stands for something, but
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what it is because they must be running some sort of, they obviously look like rich people. Obviously they have a satellite, like
Mm-hmm. They're
they're either getting a lot of money from someone who supports them as an organization or like some like money laundering thing. I don't
yes.
know.
There's obviously, yeah, something going on. And where they're getting this money, we don't know.
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Guran. I loved
Oh yeah.
um Twice talking about Guran, which is
Yes.
so cute. And like they do that shot where it shows them together
Yeah.
without his little mask on, and I'm like, oh man. Like
I know.
Twice is such a hard villain for me because we did
Yes.
of the League of Villains, we've gotten so much more of him than basically everyone else.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it
Yeah, we got like a whole half of an episode, like
yeah.
explanation for him. And uh yeah, we got to see Giran or whatever, bring Twice to the League of Villains. So like obviously we know that they have a relationship. And he's like kind of one of the most normal of the League of Villains, like
Yeah.
normal type of normal guy. Like he looks without his suit on, just like a normal guy. So he does kind of tear me as well. Like, is he like I want to like him, but he's a villain. Obviously, he's like super funny. So
Oh my gosh, he's so funny. Like,
I love
I
him.
hate how they humanize him by making him so
I
funny.
know. Exactly.
Why
Exactly.
did they make such well-rounded villains? Come on.
God damn
Just
it.
trying to hate the bad guys.
Right?
Oh my gosh. But yeah, like such a cool villain. I love that he's so worried. He's like talking like a hero basically, where he's like,
Mhm.
we got to save him if we can.
Right. And he's the one that the Meta Liberation Army people have been cutting off his fingers and placing
Oh.
them in like places where the League of Villains have fought, I guess. So
Yep.
they're clearly sending a message and obviously got them on the phone to come and fight them. So it worked.
Eh.
But yeah, it kind of sucks for Iran for, he has no fingers now. At
Yes.
least doesn't have four or
Oh.
five fingers or something. So that sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Really sending a message. Damn. And then I feel bad because Toga's like, he's probably dead.
I know. She's like, we shouldn't take them at their word at all. They probably killed him already.
Right? And then freaking Mr. Compression's like, yeah, why you become so hung up over friends? Like, they
I
sound like
know.
real villains.
See, that's what I mean. Like Twice, yeah, like you said, he sounds more like a hero in that regard. That he wants to go save his friends, and everybody else is like, no, he's probably already dead. They're probably lying to us. Like,
Gosh.
what? You have friends now?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Do you remember the exact number of how many people they said they have in the Meta
Um,
Liberation? I know it's 116 something, right?
yeah,
Thousand.
that's all I wrote down was 116,000.
Okay,
So
same.
I think
Wild.
you can round down from there.
Right, plus all the Nomus if they team up, which who knows if
Right.
they will.
Yeah. I mean,
They're,
yeah.
they're going
I,
to, right?
yeah, I can definitely see them doing that, even if uh the oh wow, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, even if because they're obviously gonna fight in this next episode,
Yeah,
and somebody's gonna lose. So I mean, even when one of them loses, which I have a feeling it's gonna be the liberation people, just because I feel like Makia is gonna come and fuck everybody up, even if they do have 116,000 of their soldiers there already.
exactly. That's what I was
Uh
thinking.
yeah, I know. Shigaraki's plan is pretty good,
I
but the
love it.
fact that he laid it out already, it's possible that that won't happen. They'll just have to. Although, did they say that in the preview that he shows up?
They didn't
They do say
show
that.
they didn't show him in the preview, did they?
They didn't show him, but they said, here, let me just watch it really
I'm
quick.
pulling it up right now too.
It says, and with over 110,000 warriors, he kicks off a gruesome party. Oh, I guess they don't say it. But I think I was thinking just that they spoil the fact that they're all going to be there, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Toga, at least on the ground at some point.
Yeah. We
And
get to see some new like villain characters, kind of
yes.
these
Yes.
soldiers that they're going up against, and the spiky nose Destro guy is just like standing
In a
in
building.
that building, and the whole town, like the whole city, seems to be destroyed. So it really seems like it's going to be some big battle, and I hope Makia comes and saves their asses, because 110,000 people versus League of Villains, like what is that, 10, 15 people max?
Right.
Unless they break out the Nomus, which I don't think they would do for this, but
No. I don't think, yeah, I'm with you. I don't think they're going to break out the Nomus for this. But boy, oh boy.
yeah.
Pretty wild. This I'm so excited for next week's episode with all the action and stuff, you know. It's time.
Yes.
Time for some action.
I'm so ready for that. And I'm not mad that it's going to be about the villains. We like them. They're good characters. We hopefully get more backstory. Love the
Yes.
backstory. Love the motivations
Oh my
for being
god.
evil.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
for sure, I am excited to see that, and for obviously more action. Like I said,
It can't get here soon enough. Like I was so
nope.
excited for this week's episode, which I like I said I enjoyed. I still think
Hmm.
last week's was my favorite of the season so far with just everything that happened.
Agreed.
But this
But
week,
yeah,
yeah, I feel like this is taking us from like I don't know, 20% cowling cowl.
Allie.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. But we're gonna hit up to like this is where we're gonna really ramp it up.
maybe 25%.
Whoo, man, he can't do it for more than like half an hour, but
Yeah,
oh
right.
my gosh. But
I know.
any speculation on if anyone's gonna get injured or even die? I mean, like you said, their building's going down. This is a big fight.
Right. It's a big fight, but I think they're going to be saving the villain character deaths for the actual big fight.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to see any more death this season.
that'd be nice.
Uh yeah. I think there will probably be a lot next season, because
Oh my
it seems to
gosh.
be getting pretty serious,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of characters in this show, and it stands that some of them are gonna have to die, both good and bad. So
Yeah. That's a fact. And that's oh my gosh. And that's what I kind of want to wrap up on is just thinking
yeah,
about obviously we have our big fight this coming week, and then
right.
I think that whatever happens with the Meta Liberation Army that we have so far
Hmm.
and the League of Villains is going to be the end of this season. Is there possibly their first interaction with like the kids that go to
Yep.
UA and
Yep.
some pro heroes, and I think that's going to be the end of it.
Yep. I'm pretty much with you there on the speculation. I think um at least it'll get very hyped up, their fight, and the
Yes.
fact that because we went back. They said they had all these. They said they had like 40,000 soldiers when they were talking about the Meta Liberation Army earlier this season,
Yes.
right?
That's what
So
Hawks knew.
right. So obviously they're gonna have way more than that, and I think they're gonna really, at the very least, hype it up a lot, if not start the beginning of the fight, and then have the season end, which is gonna literally kill me and break my heart and
Seriously.
everything. But I'm with you in that timeline of what you just laid out. So
100% what's going to happen. Calling it now.
yep, I
Oh
have a
man.
feeling too.
You nailed it. Yeah, you nailed it right on the head. That's exactly what I think is going to happen, and I'm excited but also heartbroken.
I know, because after there are only, if this is the 20th episode, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So yeah, so we have 5 weeks, 5 episodes left,
Yep.
and this next episode is going to be probably all about this fight between these
Exactly.
two. Yeah, and then so just a month after that, and then who knows?
Oh my gosh. And then I'm hoping that we see that thing that I saw at
Yep.
Barnes and Noble. So I haven't seen it, but it could be before the end of the season. And I assume it is. We'll see.
Okay, you assume it is.
I assume it is, just based on
I
the manga chapters that were on the book.
okay.
Like
Interesting.
seeing the chapter that was before and then seeing the chapter that was, I'm like, okay, this is coming up. It's soon,
Oh,
but I don't know
okay.
when exactly.
I am so excited to see what it is that you saw. I
It,
cannot wait to. Okay, the
it,
second it doesn't matter when we record. Once it happens in the episode after you watch it, you have to just let me know. You don't have
oh,
to tell me what it is. You just have to let me know that it happened.
yeah, I'll let you know that it happened, and then I will tell you in detail during the cast because boy, oh boy,
Yeah.
it's so much. It's
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
it's frustrating.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sure it is.
Oh my gosh. I mean, oh boy. There's so many layers to why this happened. It's all my fault. Everyone, what? Here's the thing, everyone. It's your fault if you're watching this on YouTube. And I thank you for going to the Hogtie Productions YouTube channel to check it out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out everything Hogtie Productions is doing on YouTube and Twitch, and now TikTok.
Heyo,
Finally
hell
breaking
yeah.
in there. I was working on one all night last night. Didn't finish it out before I started my stream, so gonna do that today while all of this is exporting and importing and all that jazz.
Very nice.
But if you want to see what I'm doing, you can check out all my stuff at Jake the Mayor. Cassidy, where can people follow you?
You can follow me at CastyCo or at Kohai Art is my art account. And we also stream on Twitch at Fish Inc. If you care to give us a follow. We'll be playing Mario Kart probably for a long time.
Good. Mario Kart and your Mario Golf streams, crushing it. Like,
Yep.
you're just honestly, you're catering to like my Twitch tastes right now. I'm just like, y'all are doing like Mario Golf, Minecraft, Mario Kart. I'm just like, okay,
Hell yeah.
I can vibe with this.
I'm feeling the Mario games lately, so
Good.
yeah, definitely.
Excellent. Everyone, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week to find out what's happening and, get the vaccine. Stay safe out there.
Yep, stay safe.